Hello students. Today we have to discuss banking and its history. So, what are the points that we have to discuss today? Outlines is here. What is banking? History and evolution of banking. Third is your banking of subcontinent and importance of banking. So, what is banking? First to discuss what is banking. Banking, it's an Italian word. Banco means bench. So initially, when Italian people take tea in a coffee shop or gathering any bench, at that moment, the transaction will be possible. Uh, Monetary value will be discussed. That's why the concept is come from the word banco. Then is your German word bank, BNC, bank means is your joint stock firm. So, what is banking? A bank is a firm which collects money from those who have it spare. It lends to those who require it. So, it's a bank is a firm which collects money from those who have it spare. Mean who wants to deposit, so bank will be collect from them and it lends to those who require it, and also providing money to those people who require that money. So bank is just a mediator, just like a mm, uh, intermediate farm, or you say intermediate concept. He has to collect money from public and lends it to the some specific people those require it. Then you can say also a bank is a financial institution licensed to receive deposit and make loans. Bank may also provide financial services such as wealth management, currency exchange. Also currency exchange in the sense Indian currency changes into any other country currency. You can say Indian currency changes into dollar, because as you know maximum people in the world using that currency, that is dollar. So it is to be taken example also. So that is your banking. Next come to the next bit, that is history and evolution of banking. So in case of history and evolution of banking, first initially there is no, when there is no exchange system, in the sense no money currency is not introduced at that time, right? So initially it is to be barter system. Ancient time it was barter system. So barter system in the sense what, suppose barter system in the sense there is no exchange value, that's why there is no currency was there. So the suppose we go to the place to exchange of 1 kg of fish to get 1 kg of vegetables, just like in that way. That is your barter system. After that, then another system is your coinage, gold and silver era. Coinage, gold and silver era in the sense what, when it is the time of kingdom, it is the time of kingdom. Some rich people are there, some specific people are there, they have to exchange their goods with the help of coinage. Sikka means sikka, gold and silver also. It is the time of kingdom. Then come to seeking security and protection against a fee. There are some rich people are there in the village area, they are making their money secure. So seeking security and protection against fee, and saving money and getting interest also, because they want to save their money and getting, instead of that they get want to interest. Then come to making loans from the deposit. Out of their deposit they have to take loan out of their deposit. So then failure of reserve to meet the demand. Then what happen after that, when the banking system will be goes on progressive mode, so at the time failure on reserve demand system, in the sense what, whatever the money you have to deposit at some rich people, they may not be provide that much money whenever the requirement are there of the people. Because suppose you are depositing the money of a person 5,000, and the next day if you have to require and you demanded, it is not possible by that people. So that is the reason failure of reserve to meet the demand. At that time what happened? Establishment of central bank will be there, right? Establishment of central bank. Then first bank, that is to be first bank is your Bank of Venice, Italy, 1157 first bank in the world. Then come to is your Medici Bank, Italy, that is 1397. It was there 1397 to 1472, Medici Bank, Italy. But the next bank is your Bank Monte dei Paschi di Siena, that is 1472, and still it is to be continued also. That is the oldest bank, you can say, in the world. It is the oldest bank, right? Then come to banking of subcontinent. Banking of subcontinent in the sense Bank of Calcutta in 1806, Bank of Calcutta initially in India. Then come to your Bank of Bengal in 1809. It is renamed Bank of Calcutta and Bank of Bengal. Both are same, but just like reform of naming, that is to be Bank of Calcutta. Reform of naming, that is to be Bengal of Bank of Bengal. Then RBI, Reserve Bank of India. To discuss the details in Reserve Bank of India, 1935, 1st April it was started. To discuss next part. Then come to Habib Bank of Bombay in 1941, Habib Bank of Bombay. Then come to HBL, shifted in Pakistan 1947 under RBI control. Then 1947 banks were nationalized, RBI were nationalized in 1947. Then privatization bank started in August 1901. At the demand of the society, then the bank will be privatized one, and that things will be possible in 1941. So here I want to say about the banking sector, the one important thing I want to say, that is to be is your SBI. As you know that State Bank of India, the largest and oldest Bank of India, still in existence also, largest and oldest Bank of India, still in existence. So you see Bank of Calcutta in 1806, that is renamed in 1809, that is to be Bank of Bengal. Then Bank of Bombay, Bank of Madras, right? It is four banks, right, combined to form Empirical Bank in 1921 of India, right? In 1921 this four bank will constituted, and its name that is to be Imperial Bank of India. And after independence, that bank will be conformed to 1955, that is State Bank of India. These four combined, and its name is State Bank of India, that is to be the largest and oldest bank in India. Still it is to be existence also. This is SBI history. Anyway, then come to is your next importance of banking. So what is the importance of banking? Importance of banking in the sense what? Why banking system is introduced, and what benefit, or you say what advantages we have to go through the banking system, that is to be knowledge. Importance of banking. The first one in importance of banking, that is to be act as an agent. Bank just like act as an agent. Agent in the sense what? It's just a mediator, just like intermediate thing. He has to collect the money. Those peoples are want to save, secure, and excess money, you have to say. They have to save, their money will be secure, and bank will at the time just role as an agent. He has to collect the money from the public. As well, the bank is also provide finance to the needy person. Those are required. That needy person may be a single one, may be a committee, may be an organization, may be private, bank, government, whatever, right? So it's just an agent, just like its duty, just like a agent, intermediator. Then come to encourage saving. Bank is also encourage the saving position of the people, because each and everyone is not interested to save their money, and bank is providing the encouraging structure among the people. Because when we have to interested to save our money, where our money will secure, as well some benefit will be there. Because if you have to deposit the money in a particular sector, particular sector, then that money will be grows after some period. It will must be grow, and that facility will be available in banking sector only. That is the reason we can say encourage of saving. Then easy money transfer. Money will be transferred easily, because it is not possible to take money. Suppose you want to go abroad, or you say any other place, distance place from the native place. So at the time, if you have to keep the money in our pocket, then chances of still are there, chances of fraud are there, chances of missing are there. So to save your money, to secure your money, you have to transfer it directly. There are different system will be developed now, because as you know, digital system will be developed. That is the reason you could today's our your draft system, check system, your digital system, just like phone pay, google pay. It is the latest version, that is to be transferring system in banking, that is easy money transfer. Money will be transferred, and it is a safe one also. Then come to financing internal and external trade. Financing internal and external trade in the sense what? A country will be making internal and external also. Because when trade in the sense buying and selling position. In the sense you have to sell and buy the different types of goods outside, as well as our product will we have to sell in the outside country, abroad also. So at that time we require banking transaction, we require a bank is also facilitates different types of facilities. Economic development, a bank is also help to the development of the economic sector of a country, which is most essential also. That is the importance of banking. Now come to types of bank. As we know, two types of banks are there. The first one is your RBI. We have to discuss today. That is to be RBI. So what is RBI and how it is to be, what type of services provided by RBI and how it is controlled, everything will be discussed in that part. So RBI means what? Reserve Bank of India, right? Each and every country has a central bank which can control all other bank, all other financial sector of the country. It's a very vital position, apex bank of our country. Each and every country has. You can say in America, that is to be Federal Bank of America. You can say in Australia also, China also, in that way. Now in India also, that is to be known as India Central Bank. This is the Central Bank of India, that is to be known as Reserve Bank of India, Central Bank of India, RBI. So it was established on 1st April 1935 under RBI Act 1934 on recommendation of Hilton Young Commission. The most important thing, Hilton Young Commission recommended this thing, and it was nationalized in 1949. This is a history about RBI. So RBI function is two types of function we can consider, that is to be general function. One is general function and another is your developmental function. So what is general function and what is developmental function? So general function means what? So we have to consider now first function on general function, that is to be issue of currency. Whatever the currency you have to utilize today, there are two types of currency. One is coin, 1 rupees coin, 2 rupees coin, 5 rupees coin, 10 rupees coin. The latest one, that is to be our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi introduced 100 rupees coins also. So coins, two form are there. One is notes form, another is coins form. As you know, notes form is that is to be, here you have to see DSNM. Notes especially printed in 4 places in our country. That is to be what? Dewas, that is on Madhya Pradesh, Salabani in West Bengal, Nasik in Maharashtra, and Mysore in southeastern Karnataka. So 4 places, from 4 places notes was printed, right? DSNM, Dewas, D for Dewas, S for Salabani, N for Nasik, and M for Mysore. So now notes will be printed, and coin is printed by the Ministry of Finance. That is not by the RBI, that is Ministry of Finance, right? So now come to MKHN. MKHN in the sense what? Meeting of currency. MKHN, M for Mumbai, K for Calcutta, H for Hyderabad, N for Noida. There are other facilities will be there in case of MKHN. What things are there? We have to discuss that one. Coin. When you have to prepare the coin, or when you have to make coin, then first one is your coin blanks. Coin blanks means there is no printing thing. You have to see the coin in upper person or lower person, head and tail. We have to see. So that head and tails is not printed. No number, nothing will be printed. Simply a coin. Blank coin, that is to be known as coin blank. And that was prepared from Mumbai, Calcutta, and Hyderabad. It is the basic structure, means of coins blank. Then come to comabilities. Comabilities in the sense what? That is issued by RBI for the memory of any person, right? Issued by RBI for the, suppose you can say your 100 rupees now, our honorable Prime Minister Modi, Narendra Modi, 100 rupees coin in the memory of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, 100 rupees coin, right? That is permitted by the RBI, and it was on it was prepared where Mumbai and Calcutta. Then you can say medallions in the sense what, there are some, it is printed on the person concerned from sports, army people is also there, that is prepared in Calcutta and Hyderabad. This facility, the issue of currency, the first one, the first function of general function, first general function, issue of currency. Then come to the second general function, that is to be another thing we have to another thing we just leave, that is to be alloy, stainless steel coil in Noida also. And the second function, that is to be bankers to government, right? Why it is to be known as bankers to government? It is also bankers to government. It provide different type of facilities to the government, in the sense what? Bankers to government, for business purposes, for loan purposes, business to the government, and loan to the government also. That's why you have to say that is the banker, right? Banker means he is the provider of finance to the bank. Business, for making of business, for making of loans whenever the government, whether it may be a state government or whether it may be a central government, when it requires some fund at the time, bank will be help the government. That is, when you have to provide the loans to the government, in two ways it is to be provide the loan to the government. First, what? Way and means of advance, and another thing is your float loans. What is the meaning of ways and loans, way and means of advance? Way and means of advance in the sense what? It's period when government take loan from bank from with the permission of RBI, then its period is 90 days. Short-term loan. Provide a specific short-term loan. Within 90 days, you have to clear the loan. Government has to clear the loan in any, when he has to, wherever he has take loan, he has to clear the loan within 90 days of the period. That is to be 90 days short-term loan, ways and means of advance. Another is your float loans. Sometimes also government take loan, float loans. Float loan means what? Always interest is changed. As per the timing, it is to be changed in time to time. That's why it is to be known as float loan. Another thing is your in bankers, that is to be agent. Public accounts deposit. Public account deposit also there. Then so advisor, government is also advisor for the banker is also advisor for the government. Right? You can say a different economic sector when he has to reform, government has to reform any economic sector, when government has to take decision of finance, at the time he has to take suggestion from also RBI, because RBI provide advice to the government that what things to be done in case of finance, what things not to be done in the finance. Just before, you can say your Sasikant, Mr. Sasikant is your RBI governor. He has to given 176 lakhs crore for the upliftment of shutdown, upliftment of the economic depression period, because now it is in India, especially economic depression will be there. Economic depression was there, and that will be developed. For the development of that concept, that economic position, the also RBI provide these things. That is to be advisor, ultimately we will say. Then come to the third point of function of Reserve Bank, that is to the Reserve Bank of India, RBI, that is banker bank. Because every bank, whatever the banks you have to see, just like you can say State Bank of India, Punjab National Bank, Allahabad Bank, you can say Bank of India, all these bank was controlled, will be controlled by RBI, because RBI take the decision, everything. A single bank cannot take any decision without RBI permission, because RBI has some specific guideline. What things to be done in the bank, what things not to be done in the bank, what is the interest rate, what is the time period, every structure of banking is depend upon RBI. That's why you have to say bankers bank. RBI is the bankers bank. Then the fourth function of RBI, that is your credit control. Credit control in the sense what? There are some qualitative and quantitative measures will be taken for the credit facilities, because the ultimate aim of the RBI is to provide the credit facilities to different sector. So under credit control, there are two quantitative structure you have to consider here. One is CRR, another is your SLR. You have to see here CRR, another is your here SLR. So first we will discuss CRR. What is CRR? CRR means what? It is cash reserve ratio. What does it mean? Cash reserve ratio means what? Now it is the ratio of deposits of a bank which have to kept in RBI. Means if a bank will provide any credit facilities to any sector or any individual, a private person, ultimately you have to say private person, he has to also make some guidelines. In the sense what? RBI, you have to deposit some money under RBI. Suppose you can say CRR, you have to consider here, that is generally 3% to 5%. It is there, the rules are there, RBI decision will be there, that is to be 3% to 5%. Suppose RBI decision 5%, suppose, right? So INR 300 million rupees. What is 300 million rupees? INR in the sense Indian currency, 300 million. So here RBI decides what is the CRR? CRR position is what? 5%. So you do 5 by 100 into 300. In the sense what? 15 millions INR. Indian rupees here 15 millions. So the bank, any bank, suppose SBI, when he has to provide the credit facilities to any sector or any individual, he has to deposit minimum 15 million. Then he got the opportunities of how much rupees credit facilities to the public? That is to be 300 minus 15, that means 285 million rupees he has to provide. The RBI has permitted to SBI, suppose, 285 millions of rupees to the credit facilities to the public, right? That is your CRR. But in case of SLR, you see now, SLR, the two quantitative measures are there. First one is your CRR, second one is your SLR. SLR in the sense of statutory liquidity ratio. What is statutory liquidity ratio? It is also has some specific percentage. Generally, it is to be 20 to 25%, or on decision by the RBI also. Suppose you take RBI take the decision 20%. Same rupees we have to take in here. INR is your 300 and of 20%, that means 6 millions. Right? So 60 millions rupees you have to keep. So here the difference is there is a comparison between CRR and SLR. What? Now here in SLR, it is the money kept by the bank himself, that particular bank, whether it is maybe a SBI, whether it may be a PNB, whether it may be Allahabad Bank, whether the bank concerned, the bank, specific bank to be concerned, he has to keep that much money in the form of what? Cash, gold and security. That much money. Then rather money in the sense of 300, initially it is to be 300, now 60 million he has to kept as a reserve. Then rest money, that means 300 minus 60, 300 minus 60, that means 240 million rupees he has to provide the credit to the public, the specific bank. So here bank is kept itself the money, that is to be in the form of cash, gold and security. But in case of CRR here, the money you see here, the money you have to consider 59 Indian currency, that is to be 15 million rupees. That money will be kept where? By RBI. The specific bank has to give the money 15 millions to RBI, and that is on cash only cash. But here the bank kept itself in the form of cash, gold and security. Not in only cash, here cash, gold as well as security also, but here is only cash, and that money will be taken by RBI, but that money will be kept by the bank, specific bank itself. That is your credit control, the most important thing. Then fifth function of RBI, that is your exchange control. The bank is also, in the sense RBI also take decision about exchange control. In the sense what is exchange control? The money currency exchange, different currency money, different country currency, because Indian currency is not utilizing in American nation, Australia nation, because that particular country currency will record. So you must be exchange your currency to that particular country, in which country you want to go. So it is possible only RBI. Especially now it is to be dollar over there, because as you know, in the world the maximum demanding currency is your dollar. That's why it is to be, and it is also different time it is to be changed. $1 is 67 point something, 62, 65. It is change also, and there are so many considerable figure are there by which it is to be changed. Then come to is your agricultural finance. You know, RBI also providing some agricultural finance, agriculture for the development of agriculture, purchasing of agricultural appliances, agricultural tools. So agricultural finance is also there, and it is provided by the RBI also. Then come to collection and publication of data. Different time, whatever the data will be published, that is depend upon RBI. Data like your data means what? There are different banking concept, banking data. What the interest rate? What is your repo rate? What is the time period of the depositing amount? Everything will be there. That is depend upon RBI also. The collection of publication of data. Then come to second. This is the general function. First one is a general function. Next come to developmental functions. Next, second main bit, that is to be developmental function. There are some developmental, there are some developmental facilities will be provided by RBI also. That is to be mobilization of saving. In the sense, RBI also enhance to save the money among the public. How it is possible? You see, in rural areas, especially in village area, the bank is where the bank is not there, bank is not settled. How the people will be save their money? The people will be exploit. The people will be face different fraud. So to avoid that things, RBI also provide to settlement of a bank, in the sense to settle in that particular place how the bank will be, opened. That is, if the bank will be open, then automatically the people will be interested to save their money. Some transaction will be possible in that particular place. That is to be known as what? Your mobilization of saving. Then come to providing security to deposition. In the sense, so many times what happen, the public will be facing different types of cheating, different types of fraud among different companies, just like cheat fund you can say also, right? So to avoid that things also, the RBI also providing some rules and guidelines. That is to be just like you can say Deposit Insurance Corporation of India in 1962, especially in insurance sector, right? And UTI also, mobilization of saving to bank in 1964, right? Then come to your agricultural credit. Agricultural credit in the sense, Agricultural Refined and Development Corporation, ARDC, in 1945. NABARD. NABARD means what? National Bank for Agriculture and Development in 1902. These rules and regulation is also provided by RBI, because to the upliftment of the agricultural people. As you know, the agricultural sector is the important sector in India. 80% people will be depend upon agriculture. That is the reason we are maximum time depend upon agriculture. If our agriculture sector will be developed, then what happen? The country economy sector will be developable. So now you see also in the this time, this time budget is also depend upon agriculture, because the people will be think that, the government will be think that what, now we want to develop our agriculture sector, then our GDP, that will be already discussed in the last class, our GDP will be grow. So automatically our our economic sector will be developed, and that's why the government is also prepare some plan policies how to uplift the agriculture, how to uplift the agricultural sector. So he has to export some agricultural tools, agricultural practices from outside country, from abroad also, to development of the agriculture. And the RBI also providing that much finance to the agriculture sector. Then the last one, that is to be industrial finance. RBI also wants to development of industry, right? So that he has to provide finance to the industry also. Because if the industry will be developed, because as you know that India is a populated country, second populated country in the world. So each and every people should do the job, doing the job. How it is possible to get a job? It's an important thing. To get a job in different sector, it's an important thing. And if you want to engage the people of India, then definitely you have to develop your industry. So how it can be possible? That's why RBI also provides some industrial finance, finance to the industry, right? Just like you can say IFCI, Industrial Finance Corporation of India. This is one of the sector to develop the industry, right? And State Finance Corporation also there. SFC, State Finance Corporation, it is one of the sector to develop the industry, to providing different types of finance, and it is also easy one, right? There are some considerable figure. There are some, reliable manner also there. Then come to IDBI, Industrial Development Bank of India. It is also there to develop the industrial sector, right? So all these your RBI function. So today we have to discuss what the evolution of banking, then how it is, sense how it is work, what advantages we have to got, that is your banking history and evolution, where it is to be come from, banking concept, where it is, it was, in the sense, where it comes from. Then banking of subcontinent, in the sense what different types of bank, first bank is one, which one the oldest bank, and how Indian banking is your, Indian banking system or Indian banking concept will grow, and how it is important in the society as well, development of the economy of our country, everything will be there. Then come to importance of banking also, and after that we also discuss RBI, Reserve Bank of India, the apex bank of India, right? Central Bank of India, ultimately Reserve Bank of India, and what's its function, when it was started, and in which commission it is to be it was recommended, and when it is to be nationalized. Then general function, what two types of function, general function, developmental function. Then the most important thing is your SLR, and that is most important thing as a CRR. One question you can get is your in your exam also. The most important thing, that is to be CRR, cash reserve ratio, and SLR, statutory liquidity ratio. The two most important thing. We have to discuss these things with the help of examples also. And then is your developmental function is also there, right? We also developmental function. So this is all about your banking system and function of RBI. Okay, thank you.